What up, Dokkaners? The 9-year anniversary banners are set to drop tonight on the JP side of the game. So before that happens, I wanted to do a last-minute prediction video on what the banners are going to look like. We got a lot of information yesterday during this whole 9-year anniversary part 1 reveal, where they went over the unit details, the animations, the campaign. And they also went over this right here. So I'm going to once again rehash this little portion, and then we're going to take a look at the banner, because they only showed us the cover art. They didn't show us actually all the characters that are going to be there. So we'll discuss that as well. So once again, regarding this, normally during these anniversaries, we will have several different tickets. We would have the free-to-play tickets that you can summon on a random free banner that you would get through missions and logins. You would then get rainbow tickets. The rainbow tickets could let you summon on any of the 4 major anniversary banners with no GSSR. It would be a 7-unit multi on a Dokkan Festival banner, a 7-unit multi on a Carnival banner, no GSSR, but still extra opportunities to roll on a new banner or on one of those banners for free, for the cost of 0. If you go into these celebrations not planning to summon at all, you still can do some free summons courtesy of these rainbow tickets. And then the last one, it was this ongoing tradition where every single year they would increase the amount of units that you could get for the price of however many tickets you picked up. So I think it started from 4-year or 5-year, I believe. I could be wrong there, but we had like the 55 special summon where you would get 55 tickets and then you would summon for 55 units and you would get a couple like guaranteed stuff at the end, which was good, right? Like you do missions, you got it, and you could summon for it. There was a pay to play option, there was a free to play option. The free to play option only happened during part 3. The pay to play option was doable right away. But if you wanted to do both, you would basically have to enjoy the entire celebration in order to do it. And that tradition continued until it peaked at 77. They didn't want to keep going, because if they were to keep going, then 8-year would be 88 free units, 9-year would be 99 units, 10-year, what would they do? 1010, 1010 units? So it was a slippery slope. So they eventually capped it at 77. And until this year, it was going to continue that way, because 77 units was going to happen again. We were going to get 50 tickets through missions and summon for 77 units on a special banner. But now they've changed things up and they've combined those 2 tickets together. Now, initially, my gut reaction was negative. I thought, that's bad. Why would we want to compromise or take away extra units? But here's the catch. When it comes to this new revelation, what they're allowing you to do is, with these 50 tickets, you will now be able to perform a 77 special summon on any of the 4 major Dokkan Festival banners. So pretend that this was 8-year anniversary. You could use all 77 tickets or all 50 tickets to summon for 77 units on this banner or this banner or this one. Wait, oops. No, the Carnival ones. Hang on a second. Or this one or this one. So you could use all 77 tickets. I keep saying 77, 50 tickets on one of these. Now, the downside is I think you could probably only use that once on one of these banners, meaning you can't split it up and pick and choose. And so that variety option that you might have had before is now gone. But think about it. Would you rather go in for 77 units on one banner with probably some perks at the end? Or would you rather go for 4 or 5 7-unit multis with no GSSR across multiple banners? I feel like the 77 summon, no matter what, is better. And the great thing about this is that it allows you to focus on the one banner. One of the common issues for low spending players during these celebrations is that there's too much of a selection, right? You've got all these stacked units on one banner, you've got all these stacked units on another banner, and then you've got part 2 with the same thing, 2 more banners. And especially this year, considering that they're splitting up the Dokkan Festivals and the Carnivals, they're doing a Dokkan Festival Carnival hybrid, it's going to be even more difficult for budget players, low spenders, to be able to summon extra on these banners. So let's just say, for the 9-year anniversary, you want to summon like crazy on the Dokkan Festival banner yourself. Okay. If that's the case, you can focus on the Dokkan Festival and you can leave the Carnival banner to the 50 tickets that you would earn and then perform the 77 special summon. Whatever perks that comes with may be a thing, which is great. It's even better. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to be getting 77 units off of that Carnival banner. And I'm sure that this is going to grant a lot of people access to the new unit. So depending on which banner you prefer, you could have the other one be done with those tickets. That is a huge win. So look out for more details as the celebration begins. We will discuss all of this moving forward. So now let's talk about the banners, because they dropped this little art for each of the 2 banners. We don't know every single featured SSR, but we can deduce what some of them are going to be. More so the Dokkan Festival than the Carnival one, because the Dokkan Festival one has years of precedent. The Carnival one, not so much. So for the Broly, obviously Broly's gonna have all the different Dokkan festivals here. The Carnival banner for the Gogeta is a little bit of a weird situation. So let's start with this. Let me switch over here to my little notepad. So what I basically did was I was able to identify what each unit is, what their place is on the banner. We've got the headliner, we've got the banner unit, the sideline unit, then we've got 3 years of anniversary, we've got 3 years of worldwide download, and then we have multiple dual Dokkan festivals that will extend to the second banner. So since we are not doing the dual Dokkan festival for part 1 and dual Carnival for part 2, we have to split up these pairs along parts 1 and 2, which I kind of factored in, but not really so much, because we still technically don't know for sure what's coming up in part 2. I am of the mindset that it is going to be Beast Gohan Cell Max. Is Beast Gohan going to be the Dokkan festival because the villain was the Dokkan festival this time? That would make sense, because that way, if Beast Gohan and Cell Max were part 2, we already have our Super Boss Dokkan Festival lead in part 1. We could have the Cell Max Carnival lead in part 2, giving us a straight up 200%. So I am going with this theory. So this does kind of affect the way that I've constructed the banner, but in essence, the concept is still the same. The idea is still the same. So in terms of what we know it's AGL Broly. We don't know the type for Golden Frieza, to be fair. It is going to be a Golden Frieza. We were not given the info for the Golden Frieza on the JP Twitter dump. They didn't drop this. And apparently there was some issue with the Gogeta animations, because Gogeta's like PNG, or Gogeta's like render was clipped or something. So all sorts of weirdness happening with the info dissemination on Dokkan right now. Physical Spirit Bomb Z and the Tech Gods. And we've got the Tech Fusion Zamasu. So these are the characters that we know are coming. But based on years past, we know what else is going to be happening as well. We are going to be getting the anniversary from 3 years ago, mainly because the 6-year anniversary LRs are going to be receiving their EZAs. Royal Blue Vegeta and UI Goku. The reason why I put Royal Blue Vegeta here is because this unit is featured on one of the banners. Which banner was it? Featured on this one. So the banner that has the gods, the Spirit Bomb Z, also has the Royal Blue Vegeta, which is why I've put the Vegeta on this banner. It really doesn't matter ultimately if this is not the case. If Vegeta's on this one and Goku's on this one, it's still the same thing. 3 years ago anniversary. Worldwide download last year, last year was the Fusion Zamasu, the AGL Goku Vegeta Blue. Then 2 years ago, the previous worldwide downloads were the AGL Super Saiyans and the STR Cooler. So at this point, it's kind of just a toss-up where you place different units, because the Cooler right here was with the Spirit Bomb Z, but then if we go to the Dokkan Festival, we have the AGL Super Saiyans for the Fusion Zamasu. So which one takes precedence? Is it the worldwide download, the most recent banner? Is it the anniversary, the one that has the highest correlation? I don't know. It doesn't matter again. So these two units are interchangeable, but they will definitely be there. 3 years ago, worldwide download, same thing applies. So that's the AGL Frieza and the Int Super Saiyan Goku. And then we've also got 2 more slots for dual Dokkan festivals. The reason why these are question marks is because you could kind of change these on a dime. Because looking back at last year, we had 8-year, we had anniversary. Then we had worldwide banner unit. And then we had 2 Dokkan festivals that came in a set. So Gamma 1, obviously that meant that the other one would be Gamma Dos. And then for the GT Super Saiyan Goku, we had the GT Super Saiyan Vegeta. That was last year. That was for the 8-year anniversary. This Golden Week unit was from 2 years prior to that. So this doesn't even match the Golden Week blueprint. This is just dual Dokkan festivals. So for these final 2 slots, it could really be anything. And I feel like what would make the most sense would be to include the old dual Dokkan festival Dragon Ball Super Broly characters, as much as that may be a shaft for people to pull, because at this juncture in Dokkan's lifespan, this is not the type of unit you want to be pulling. But they're not exactly completely useless. Plus, with the Extreme Z battle, or the, what is it, the ReZA, EZA plus, whatever they're planning on doing, we're going to be getting information about that sometime soon. Maybe it will affect units a lot quicker than we previously anticipated. So I think that physical Broly being on the Broly banner and Gogeta being on the Beast Gohan, the Movie Heroes banner in part 2, probably makes the most sense. And then for the dual Dokkan festival down here, I don't know if we can throw in another pair of LRs, but I feel like you have to have, like, if my theory of superhero is to happen in part 2, you gotta have Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo in there somewhere, right? and you can't exactly remove any of the worldwide download LRs. You can't exactly remove any of the anniversary LRs. So you either just shoehorn in another LR or you don't. And I don't think you can do that, considering they are the most relevant units to superhero other than the new superhero units, assuming that happens. So this is my projected layout for the Part 1 banner. Broly, Golden Frieza, Spirit Bomb Z, Gods, Royal Blue Vegeta, Fusion Zamasu, Super Saiyans, Frieza, Broly, and Orange Piccolo. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree, disagree. Are there any other units that I'm missing or forgetting about? Feel free to chime in. Now, let's not forget, this is just the Dokkan Festival banner for Part 1, Part 2. Let's also take a look at the Carnival side. This one is way more difficult to chart out because the Carnival is really not, it's not filled with lore and history like the Dokkan Festival banners are. Plus, the Carnival units don't necessarily all have pairs. So if we look at the 5 units that are shown here, we know that Gogeta is going to be there, obviously. There is no banner unit on a Carnival banner. There are 10 featured SSRs like usual, but I think it's 8 of them that can be Dokkan Awakened into an LR. Let me see. What was the 8-year anniversary Part 2? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units can be Dokkan Awakened into an LR. If we go back to worldwide, we should actually go check worldwide download. Oh, here it is. Worldwide downloads, Carnival, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So 7 of the SSRs will be able to Dokkan Awaken into an LR. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 more unit can Dokkan Awaken into an LR on this one. And then we got to get a few more over here. So physical Gogeta we know is going to be there. Int Gohan is going to be there. Physical Trunks is going to be there. Physical Metacooler is going to be there. Physical Broly, Chile, Lemo are all going to be there, as we've seen from this image. It is a predominantly physical banner. Not that that really matters, so don't let that influence your choices here. I will admit I did shuffle out around a few characters kind of because of the color balance, but it doesn't matter because down here it is all physical. STR-UI Goku, I don't know if STR-UI Goku is confirmed to be in Gogeta's banner per se or in one of the banners during the anniversary, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw STR-UI Goku there because we know that it's going to happen during this celebration. After that, I don't know. I really don't, because I tried to generalize how this would work. If I put 5-year anniversary EZA, LR Int Rose breaks that. If I were to put anniversary units from 4 years ago, again, the Rose has already been done, but I guess we could. Doesn't really make sense thematically, or maybe it does. It's a super boss. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. For whatever reason, I'm not going to put a reasoning for it. I'm just going to write it right here. Let's just put LR, Goku Black, Rose. Goku Black? Yeah. Goku Black, Rose. That's going to be my name for him. I don't really know what else to throw in here. If you guys have ideas, I think Bulma will be in there somewhere. That one I can pretty much guarantee. Golden Frieza, you know, like here, I'll just write down some names down here. Golden Frieza, Super Bulma, Fusion Zamasu. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more units. 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how to count. I'm tired. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more LRs, right? So we're missing what? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so with 3 slots left, let's filter out one of them. Let's filter out Golden Frieza because the LR AGL Golden Frieza is not a super boss. But then again, neither is Super Buu. But Fusion Zamasu is. So I don't know. You see where I'm kind of stuck on here? I don't know what to throw in here. So literally just think of any LRs that relate to these guys, throw them on. Who cares? The Carnival is going to be very interesting to see what they do with it. And then the remaining 3 SSRs, what are they going to look like? Are they going to be at all relevant? Are they going to be at all useful or worth having? I'm hoping that they will at least give us something generally decent. They can't be Dokkan festivals, so don't try to think you could throw on like AGL Gogeta Blue in there. That's not going to happen. Whoever they are, they got to be somewhat pertaining to the units that are featured. If it's going to be physical Gogeta, maybe it's going to be like movie hero supports or other movie hero type characters. Whatever. So go nuts. Try to decide what these banners are going to look like. Regardless, we are going to be summoning tonight. I am going to be also summoning for the 9-year anniversary banners. I have a farmed JP account ready to go, and it is loaded. And I'm hoping that with enough luck, I will have that same account ready to go for part 2 as well. So stay tuned for hype coming up later on tonight. We got a lot of stuff happening today for Dokkan, or for just Dragon Ball in general. It's gonna be busy. Dokkan Legends data stuff. We might get some information on full synchro. We might also get some Daima news for Dragon Ball in general. Sparking Zero is going to be happening. It is just non-stop. Are you still tuning in? Are you still watching? Because you don't want to get left behind. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this banner, these Carnival banners, the Dokkan Festival banners. What do you predict the featured units are going to look like? Which banner is going to be better, the Carnival or the Dokkan Festival? What are your predictions for part 2? Does that impact your way of thinking how these banners are going to shape up in part 1? Let me know your thoughts overall in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you literally know when to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.